Vertex Pharmaceuticals is back, and the big question is whether this biotech bellwether still has what it takes to stay at the top. To answer that, we use the Diamond Framework, a practical way to judge whether a large-cap biotech story is durable, investable, and built to compound value over time. The Diamond has 4 pillars: durable revenue to the north, earnings quality to the south, pipeline renewal to the west, and competitive moat to the east, each one a distinct lens on Vertex. Let's start at the north end of the diamond, where we ask a simple but critical question. How durable is Vertex's revenue base? Vertex didn't build its CF franchise overnight. Kalydeco opened the door, Orkambi and Symdeko expanded the patient base, Trikafta was the real inflection point, and now Alyftrek is the next layer in a decade-long handoff. The result of all that layering is striking. Revenue grew from roughly $1.7 billion in 2016 to about $12 billion by the end of 2025, compounding through multiple product cycles rather than riding a single launch. Looking ahead, the stacked bars tell an evolving story. CF in teal has dominated every year, but by 2028, Casgevy in red and suzetrigine in yellow are projected to add meaningful new layers on top of that foundation. And the revenue base isn't just growing. It's spreading geographically, with international revenues expanding significantly over the past decade, making Vertex far less dependent on any single market. Moving to the west end of the diamond, we now ask which pipeline assets are starting to matter for Vertex's forward revenue story and valuation. CF is still doing most of the valuation work, but Casgevy, Journavx, and renal programs are increasingly showing up in analyst models as the next layer of potential growth. Some of the more aggressive renal projections may actually be inherited from Alpine Immune Sciences valuation models, brought over through the acquisition. So those numbers are better read as directional signals than firm, near-term forecasts. The key idea here is that CF provides the floor, while successful diversification into assets like Journavx and Casgevy could gradually lift the ceiling. Now we move to the south end of the diamond, where the focus shifts to how strong Vertex's margins and earnings quality really are, and what the forward picture looks like. The CF franchise has historically been a financial engine, driving elite gross margins, strong earnings leverage as revenue scaled, and robust cash generation, all from a lean and concentrated commercial model. But looking forward, consensus estimates from 2026 to 2029 show some pressure on gross margins, operating margins, and adjusted EPS, as Vertex takes on the operational complexity of launching Casgevy and Journavx. The constructive read is that this margin dip is a timing issue, not a structural one. If Vertex stays disciplined through this launch cycle, today's pressure could simply be the cost of building a more durable, multi-franchise company. At the east end of the diamond, we look at how well Vertex's CF moat is holding up, and whether the competitive landscape poses a real near-term threat. Shona is the most visible challenger, pursuing an NBD1 stabilizer strategy, but it still trails Vertex significantly in commercial reach, clinical data, and installed patient base. Worth watching, but not yet a threat to the core case. Alyftrek is more than just a new product. It's an active moat maintenance tool, reinforcing Vertex's CF leadership through lifecycle management, label expansion, and continued clinical execution. Looking further out, VX-522 connects directly to the longer-tail threat from non-modulator therapies, representing Vertex's early effort to stay ahead before gene or mRNA-based approaches from competitors gain traction. With the 4 diamond pillars assessed, we now turn to valuation and what the market seems to be saying about where Vertex sits in its investment cycle. Vertex trades around the middle of its 5-year historical valuation range, a premium that reflects genuine quality, but one the market isn't ready to expand until it sees cleaner proof of diversification. From here, multiple expansion depends on CF durability holding, Casgevy and Journavx gaining commercial traction, and pipeline progress delivering. The market wants all 3 moving together, not just a compelling story. That's the diamond in summary. A strong CF floor anchoring the north and east, with the west and south still needing more proof before the full diversification upside gets reflected in the stock. As one reader put it, Vertex isn't cheap. but you pay for quality, and the blended earnings potential looks intact well into the 2030s for those willing to stay patient.